Welcome to the Voice of College Football Ohio State channel and your show, the world famous Buckeyes. I am your host, Michael Wilson, also known as Cleveland Mike, man. While you're here, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And then also share this with the rest of your Buckeye community. Or if you're not a Buckeye fan and you know some Buckeye fans, you definitely want to send them this show and this channel, as we always have great interviews with people. We got good stuff for our members. And speaking of our members, I definitely want to give you all a shout out. If you are not a member, remember you can join our membership club for the Block O. It's $2.99. JT wasn't short for $4.99, and we don't give a damn for $9.99, man. So shout out to our members. You got Asian Posh, Arizona Buckeye, Philly Fan, Akrock, Where One Goes, Matthew Miller, James Williams, Kinetic 615, CW2, Open Mic, Robert Howard, and Steven Hellwagon, man. So there was something that basically, dang, I got stuff going on in the background, man. Sorry that we did not have a show last week. You know, as a family, man, just get busy, man. And Nationals is next weekend. So, well, actually not next weekend, next week. So I'll be doing that all week long. I'll be out of town, but I'm still going to try to bring you all a show on Wednesday. So make sure that you guys are tuned in for that. So around the college football, what is going on? CBS Sports put out a top 25 coaching hires since the year 2000. And guess what? Jim Tressel is not on the list, man. As a Buckeye fan, I thought that was insane that Jim Tressel was not on the list. You got Nick Saban in the top 10. You got Nick Saban at 1 for Alabama. You got Urban Meyer at 2 for Florida. Dabo Swinney at 3 for Clemson. Pete Carroll at USC. Kirby Smart 5 at Georgia. Jim Harbaugh at Team Up North at 6. Gary Patterson at 7. Mike Gundy at OSU. Chris Peterson at Boise State. And number 10 is Mark D'Antonio. Now, it's supposed to be a top 25 list, right? Guess who is not on there still? Jim Tressel. How is Jim Tressel not on this list? You're talking about guys who didn't make it to a national championship game, period, that are on this list. You're talking about guys who are on this list that never even sniffed a national championship, but they're on this list. I don't even understand how Jim Tressel isn't on here. I thought the Jim Harbaugh being at 6 was hilarious, seeing that he still has a terrible bowl record while being at that program. So, I mean, a lot of the criteria is one of the criteria winning the national championship. Jim Tressel has that. So, I mean, I don't know. That just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know about you all. Let me know your comments and what you think, man. So, everybody said, where are you, Mike? I'm in Texas, man. That's where I live. That's where I reside. So people are saying no picture. I have no idea why we don't have any picture going on right now. Got the solo layout. Is that better? We can't see. Can you see me now? Let me know in the chat if you can see me right now. Let me figure something out because I have no idea why you guys would not be able to see me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there is something definitely going on. Let's check out this camera stuff. 9. I have no idea why you guys cannot see me. High definition, switch. Boom. All right. And let's see how this works now. Let's see if you guys can see me now. All right, there we go, man. I don't know what was going on. All my settings were correct, but I guess you guys can see me now. So we're back. We're live. We're still here kicking. Appreciate you, Jackson. Thank y'all for letting me know in the chat. Thank you, Aaron, for letting me know. I appreciate y'all. You're always riding with your boy, always helping me out. So definitely appreciate all of you all right now who is tuned in. If you're tuning in on the X app, I see that we got quite a bit of people on the X app that are tuning in. So y'all go ahead, like that, and make sure you retweet it. I know some of y'all are in group chats. Put it in your group chat as well. Don't matter if it's a Buckeye chat or not, man. Just add us in the chat and let people see what we are going to be talking about right now. But I do want to know from you all, how do y'all feel about Jim Tressel not being on the top 25 list of the top 25 coaching hires since? I do have the list pulled up right here of all of the other people who made the list. You have Chip Kelly at 11, Kyle Whittingham at Utah is 12, Mike Leach at 13 for Texas Tech, James Franklin for Penn State, number 14, Matt Campbell at 15, Luke Fickell at 16. You got Matt Rule at 17, David Shaw at 18 for Stanford, Brian Kelly at 19 for Notre Dame. You got Willie Fritz at Tulane, Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss. It makes no sense to me. Jimbo Fisher at Florida State at 22. I think that's low on the list, to be honest with you. Like that, I don't know. I feel like these people put these articles out as clickbait, and it makes no sense to me whatsoever on why you would do something like this. Flat out. You got Jamie Chadwell at Coastal Carolina at 23. You have Jeff Brom at Purdue at 24. And then you have at 25 Jeff Traylor at UTSA. I'm not understanding this list. Somebody help me out with this. Why can't I understand it? Somebody help me understand it in the chat if you can. I would appreciate you all breaking this down for me and helping me understand what is going on, man. So it's crazy, man. I see our guy Blue Wolverine. We always appreciate him. He said Harbaugh made the list. Yeah, I have no idea how Harbaugh could make the list and not Jim Tressel. I mean, Jim Tressel has played in more national championship games than Harbaugh. And then I don't even understand it. I don't understand it. Also, his record against his rival is better than Jim Harbaugh as well. Like it just doesn't make sense why Jim Tressel isn't on this list. So Urban with Florida, not LSU. I mean, here's the thing. Every coach that has came to Ohio State has elevated the program. Like since Jim Tressel, I mean, you can even go back to John Cooper because you're talking about going and recruiting on a national level and things like that. Each coach has somehow elevated Ohio State in some capacity. And so not having a coach at all on the list for Ohio State, it's clickbait. It's clickbait. I'm sure you Team Up North fans can actually agree with that because it's like, come on now. Like it makes no sense. I mean, Urban Meyer at Florida, I understand why it's at Florida because he won 2 national championships. And we got 2 different Urban Meyers. If anybody knows me, know I have been very high on that we have had 2 different Urban Meyers. There you had the 2012 to 2014, the Chase Urban Meyer, and then you have 2015 to 2018, which I call the complacency Urban Meyer. And we appreciate him, but yeah. And yes, Blue Wolverine, that was the CBS Sports. And it's very hard for you to be able to trust national media nowadays because what are they going to do? It's clickbait, and it's clickbait season. So before we go ahead and get into the rest of the show about Ohio State, man. Just want to say thank you all. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let's get into the show.
World famous Ohio State Buckeyes.
We might be in a situation where we have a superstar coach on our hands, kind of like how we did with Brian Hartline.
So right from the jump, make sure they understand they're playing somebody different tonight. They're playing the Buckeyes. They're playing the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Being a Buckeye, there's nothing better, bro. And we are back to it, man. As you hear, there is nothing better than being a Buckeye. You hear Will Howard saying it every time about what Jim Tressel said is thank God, thank God that I got the chance to be a Buckeye, man. And, you've seen what it can do. I've seen the video. I'm not a Browns fan at all, but they had Quinshon Judkins, and then they also had, what's the guy, Mason Graham or whatever, standing side by side. And then they was like, oh, what school he went to? And they was like, oh, that team up north, Michigan. And then they was like, boo, boo, all the kids, all the little kids, boo. And then they said Judkins or whatever, which I thought was weird because when Mason Graham was doing it, he went like this, like pointing at his ring, like, Judkins got a ring too, bro. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Yeah, Judkins got a ring. All the kids is going crazy, man. And just to let you know, it's always Ohio against everybody, man. So, but we do got some things to get into. And the first thing that we have to get into is, will there be some schedule changes coming up in the future? Now, Ohio State this year will be playing Texas, and they also will be going up against Texas in 2026. That contract we can see is already finalized, ready, and I believe that Ohio State will stick with that and travel down to Austin and go see the Longhorns in their stadium. But in the future, we were looking forward to games against Alabama, games against Georgia, who we had on our future schedule. And to be honest, I don't believe that these games are going to get played. I don't. Let me know in the comments, do you believe that we will keep Alabama and Georgia on our future schedules, or will they be getting taken off? You let me know. I know some Buckeye fans are not happy about this at all. A lot of Buckeye fans feel like it's a little soft. But let me just explain to you all, this is not soft as a Buckeye fan or for Ohio State. If you want to talk about who's being soft, let's just go ahead and call it how it is. It's the SEC that's being soft. And you sit here, you have Greg Sankey trying to pull out all the stops, all of this. Oh, the strength of schedule this, strength of schedule that, or whatever, saying we have to go through a gauntlet and everything like that. Ohio State went through a gauntlet in the college football playoffs. I mean, we had the hardest path. It was supposed to be a gauntlet, right? Right? I mean, people sit here and say, oh, you can lose to anybody in the SEC. We've seen it. There's no reason why Purdue should have beat Ohio State back when Urban was coaching. There's no reason why who else we lose to? Was it Iowa? No reason Ohio State should have been losing to Iowa. We were the better team, right? It happens. Ohio State in 2016 lost to Penn State. It happens. Ohio State was in a close one with their national championship team, was in a close one with Nebraska. It happens. Like, if we're talking football, and then if you want to go and do a deep dive into these teams and how many Power 4, Power 5 teams that they have been playing, Ohio State has been holding the mantle almost year in, year out, going ahead and playing at least for like the past decade. They were playing nothing but at least minimum 10 Power 5 programs. So you're playing non-conference games already out of the 12 games in the regular season. Then you also go ahead and add another P5 game. And you can sit here and say whatever you want, but you're talking about Notre Dame when they were top 10, Oklahoma when they were top 10. Ohio State has not ran from the smoke, not ran from any smoke. So I don't understand. I'm not understanding this. Oh, Ohio State is soft if they get removed of these games. The SEC does not want to move to non-conference games at all. That's on the SEC. That has nothing to do with Ohio State. Ohio State said, hey, or the Big Ten should be saying, hey, we want this to be a level playing field. I mean, to be honest, non-conference games, you can go ahead and sell that to your TV execs and say, hey, we're giving you non-conference games, up our pay, which is why in TV revenue, the Big Ten's up here, SEC is down here. They're second. And it's a reason for that. You can sit here and scream all you want, but nobody's giving the viewership to watch Alabama beat up on Mercer, beat up on the Citadel. Everybody talking about, oh, Ohio State released this schedule and they got a whole schedule full of FCS teams and all of this stuff. So what? So what? How many SEC teams before their rivalry game goes and play an FCS opponent? Huh? So for the longest, especially Bama, has only been playing maybe 8 to 9 P4 games, 8 conference games, and then one where they was beating up on the USCs of the world and stuff like that. They went up and wanted to beat up on little Wisconsin and all of that, but they ain't really challenging themselves. Like, let's be for real. Is Alabama really challenging themselves? Are they going up against the equal matches? Now, I understand you could say these games were contracted years in advance, true. But I think when Alabama had scheduled USC wasn't top 10 program. Let's be real. USC wasn't a top 10 program when they scheduled that. They weren't. I believe when we scheduled Notre Dame, top 10 program. When we scheduled OU, top 10 program. Now, we put Texas on the schedule. Texas was moving up. We saw it. The proof was in the pudding. So everybody wanting to call Big Ten or Ohio State soft, I don't look at it as that. I feel like if there's going to be automatic bids, why would Ohio State continuously keep going up against 10 P4 opponents in the future and allowing their team to wear down, be beaten up or whatever, just to go ahead and play a fresher SEC team? No. If you want, we can make it a even playing field too. Yeah, we'll have our cupcake games, but I guarantee you this, at least the Big Ten ain't going and saying, hey, we're putting the FCS team before our rivalry game. They're not doing that. Ohio State ain't doing that. No, we're still going to be playing a P4 opponent. We're not trying to get that extra bye week in there. Because that's really all it is. Get the bye week in, let the starters, y'all play the first couple quarters, and then we get the backups in and let that be that, right? That's all it is. Nobody's paying to see that. People paying for this Big Ten revenue because not only are we at a regional footprint, but now we have a national footprint. We have a national brand. So that's my ranking on, my rant on that. Let me know in the comments how you all feel about that going forward. Now, there is a lot of recruiting news that is coming out of Ohio State. Let me check this real quick. Yeah, there's a lot of recruiting news coming out of the Big Ten, man. Here's some potential booms that we could possibly getting. Not next week, tomorrow, because today is the 18th, the 19th, Glenville's own Sincere Johnson should be announcing his commitment. And you're talking about Alabama is in the mix, Ohio State, and Penn State. Now, I'll tell you this. One thing is it's very hard for me to get into recruiting nowadays, and that's because I'm like, why is this kid going here? It makes no sense. They have no proven track record or anything at that position or whatever, right? But I do want to give a shout out to Sincere Johnson, because if you're talking about a linebacker role or hybrid type role, he picked some good schools. You picked Ohio State, you picked a Penn State in there, and you picked Alabama. Schools that are known for this, schools that are known for putting guys in the league, right? I mean, shout out to him. So whether he picks Ohio State or not, we will find out tomorrow. I'm excited about it. I love seeing guys from the inner city of Cleveland be able to make it out. So shout out Sincere Johnson and what he has going on. Also, there was some buzz about Luke Waffle earlier. It was like, oh, it's going to be all Ohio State. Ohio State ain't got nothing to worry about. Next thing you know, he takes a visit to USC, and it's looking like USC is in the driver's seat. Now we're hearing that it has flipped back. Things have died down from the visit. He's talked back with Ohio State, and the crystal balls have now flipped to Ohio State. Now, y'all know my motto. I don't trust these kids. I don't. So I'm not believing anything till the pen is on the paper. So hopefully we get Luke Waffle. I think that it'll be a great addition for our class, and also a great addition for Larry Johnson. I know a lot of people have been like, dang, Larry ain't doing nothing, this and that. We'll get into that here in a bit. Then you have where people are saying that you also have Jameer Perez. He's committed right now to Florida. Some people believe that he's a silent commit to Ohio State and hasn't, but I have not seen anything rumored yet about him decommitting from Florida. So again, we don't know. Now, I'm glad that Ohio State is showing this young man the love that he needed to do. And maybe he needed to commit to Florida to show, hey, Ohio State, you need to take me seriously. And I'll tell you this, I've been telling y'all for a very long time, the guys out of Cleveland, nothing to be played with. Give me the junkyard dogs. I don't care about the stars. The stars, we done seen 5 stars be bust. We done seen some 4 stars be bust. Even at Ohio State. I mean, I can think of one right now, Teron Vincent. How'd that work out for us? You know what I'm saying? Screw the stars. I want a dog who's going to be developed. Go ahead, take this serious, man. And I just think that Jameer Perez has it, man. I really do. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments or on this. Aaron believes same. Got Rod Favre. Yeah, I don't really keep up with recruiting like I used to. Kind of pointless, really. Some of these recruits baffle me. Hey, I agree. Shout out our guy Garrison is in the chat. What's up? What's up? Publicly committed to Florida, silently committed to OSU. Yeah, I mean, I'm in a group chat with some Buckeye fans, and right now they are saying that we are silent commit you right now. So that's crazy. And it says, yeah, I don't get the Tyra Atkinson situation. I mean, I want to say we put a video out not too long ago. Isn't it? Is this?
Well, where are they at on the board?
They're top. They're top school on the board.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Just because they are.
I mean, I'm not understanding it either. We go from being top on the board. We haven't even got a visit yet. I don't know if it's a strategic move by him or not. I hope we get the last visit, whatever it is, but I don't know what's going on with it. And that's why I say I don't trust the kids with this climate, the money and everything. Now, there's some kids who I enjoy their style of play, and I will follow them no matter where they commit. No matter where they commit. But I'm not following, and I follow them on social media and everything, right? No matter where they commit. But I'm not just because a recruit says, hey, follow me, Buckeye fans, and da-da-da-da, because people know. If you think these recruits don't know that Ohio State has the most active, the largest fan base on social media, and that we're the biggest fan base in the country, you're crazy. These people also have agents now. If you think that their agents have not done their homework and know about our fan base and know how rabid we are about football, you're crazy. I'm telling you, man. So, yes, they do use us as clickbait. As I was talking to y'all earlier about the CBS article, that was all clickbait to me, guys. Straight up clickbait. Again, while you are here, make sure that you hitting that like and subscribe button. We appreciate you. And you can always catch us on the world famous Buckeye Show every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So we definitely appreciate you all pulling up, man. So big news came out. You got another offer, but they're not in the 26th class. I don't even know if they're in the 27th class. I think these young men are in the 28th class. And you're talking about Jet Harrison and Angelo Smith both have offers. You're talking about from two of the top wide receivers from Ohio State, their brothers getting an Ohio State offer. Angelo Smith, a lot of people's talking about, oh, he's short. I mean, 28 is a long way. He can hit a growth spurt. I've seen it where guys hit a growth spurt. I have even hit one, man. I remember when I was in middle school, I couldn't get 100 pounds to save my life. And I ate everybody out of house and home. No matter who house I was going to, I could eat. I couldn't get up to 100 pounds, man. And then all of a sudden, I hit a growth spurt. And I got up to that 100 pounds. And then I remember my junior and senior year, I was trying to get to 200. And it did not matter what I did. Didn't matter the protein shake, how I worked out. The most I was able to get up to was like 198, 197, man. So you just never know when guys are going to be able to hit those growth spurts. But I'll tell you this, that young man, Angelo Smith, I don't care about height. Like I said, it's about the dog inside. That's one thing that one of my coaches told me is it's really about the dog inside, for real. And I believe in the bigger they are, the harder they fall, because I played linebacker, Division I in Ohio. And like I said, at first, my first year playing it, I was probably like 180. Going up against guys on the line who 200 plus, 250. Yeah, plus. Yeah, that was me. But I was very quick. I was very physical. And to be honest, it worked out in my benefit. It really did. But shout out to Jet Harrison and Angelo Smith. You got Jet Harrison just following in his dad and his brother's footsteps as a wide receiver. Look like Angelo is taking his own path on the defensive side. And I'm sorry I did not get this clip, but the clip that I saw, that boy smacked the heck out somebody. And I tell you this, as Buckeye fans, you know you love to see it. You know you love to see it, man, because that's what we was able to see all year from Lathan Ransom. We seen that guy, Arch Manning, couldn't get back in the game because of it. You got helmets cracking from Nico. You seen the Oregon player. He just basically quit for the rest of the day. He ain't want no more of those type of hits, man. So shout out. I'm always down to take a guy like that. And also, who's to say if he got that speed and stuff, put him in the nickel. Let him go up against a fast little slot or something like that. I would love to see that. So, I mean, the fact that he has an offer just already lets you know that they're going to already be creating a plan and thinking of a plan for him. Now, I was really hoping my guy Terry was going to be on, but he said that he couldn't make it. He got to get a new microphone. But I wanted to talk to you guys about what Terry has been hammering all off season, and we've talked about this on offline, and we've talked about this on this channel a little bit. And shout out to my guy, Rob Farber, because he said, yeah, Robert Landers proved the size theory wrong. Exactly. Dude was getting in the backfield so fast, bro. I can't tell you how many times you can go back and watch the film and just look at them and they holding them, man. They're sitting there holding them. But Terry's proof of concept theory, right? Everybody is down on Larry Johnson. And I'll say this. I do want to just go on record saying this. Does Larry Johnson have some deficiencies in recruiting? Yes. Does he need to work on some things in recruiting? Yes. Does he need to get with the times that we are in recruiting? Yes. But I'll say this about it. I will say this. Is it really Larry Johnson, or is it hard for him to be able, or was it hard for him to be able to recruit the guys that he needed or wanted? And did that impact the way he attacked recruiting? You got to think about it. For about 2 years, we had Larry Johnson paired with an inexperienced defensive coordinator. And you had 2020 with Kerry Combs, the start of 2021 with Kerry Combs, finishing with Matt Barnes, 2 inexperienced guys, right? There is no proof of concept of, hey, this is the plan that we truly have for a linebacker, because, boom, you have that. Bring in Jim Knowles. Appreciate everything that Jim Knowles did, helping our defense out, helping it raise the standard a little bit from where it was when he took over. We definitely appreciate that. And with that, we also were able to get linebackers like a Riley Pettijohn. We're able to get linebackers like a TJ Alford. Shout out Jim Knowles, James Laurinaitis. We're able to do that. Here's where the proof of concept thing comes in is right now you're selling defensive linemen on a new philosophy from what Jim Knowles was. Jim Knowles' philosophy, as he told you, is a safety-driven defense. And we knew before even getting Jim Knowles, it was more of a safety-driven defense and also driven by that jack position, the Leo position, whatever you wanted to call it, right? But we did not get to see it all. We only got to see it really 1 year, and that was 2022 with Jack Sawyer, but he didn't have the body type to really be playing that position. Also, he even said he felt uncomfortable. He was a defensive end playing his jack position. That was not him, right? He didn't seem quick enough, twitchy enough, fast enough in that jack position for it to be how Jim Knowles wanted to run it. We scrapped it. We got rid of it. The only other person that they was talking about in that position was Mitchell Melton, who's now gone. So here's my thing about it, right? Right now, what you are doing is you have to show these recruits, and we're not just saying you have to show them in the film room. They need to see this happen on the field. They need to see, hey, this is what they're doing. Oh, they can use me. I could be in stand-up. I can do this. I can do that. I could hands in the dirt. They need to be able to see it. And I do believe that you can also go back to just watching Jim Knowles' defense and how our guys, we just straight up rushing, no stunts until you have a Ryan Day go in there and say, hey, we have to change this up. Our guys, yes, the defensive end's job is to contain the edge, but that was merely their job the whole time. We weren't using anybody else to contain the edge. It was mostly always the defensive ends. We weren't allowing them to be athletic and go after the quarterback. So if I'm sitting here and it's like I, as a top star defensive end or D lineman, can't get after the quarterback, is this the defense that I truly want to play in? And we hold this against Larry Johnson a lot, I feel like. But I think once games get played, once film is on tape and you see how we're able to use different guys, we've heard about Sonny Styles doing some things on the edge. We've heard about Arvell Reese doing some things on the edge, right? We've heard about this. We've also heard CJ Hicks being on the edge and that body style and that body type. The different things that you could possibly do with the Caden Curry. You have Kenyatta Jackson stepping up to be a starter. If you start seeing a difference in the way that they are able to rush and get after the passer in a Matt P defense, that's going to take notice from recruits. And they're going to say, okay, hold on. What the Buckeyes were telling me, they put it on tape. They'll see it. Now, we might not get guys in this 26 class, but I guarantee you, or I believe, that the proof of concept will then be, hey, the 27 guys, look at what we did. And it will be hard to deny. And then you won't have to question it. So, again, man, Terry, my guy, he said, man, I wanted to be here for this convo. I wanted you to as well, because, Terry, I like the way that Terry breaks it down. But I do believe we just got to give our defense a chance and also just show exactly how this defense is going to be, man. Before we go ahead and we get into anything else, we got some housekeeping to take care of. So let me go ahead and put this on the screen. Get your business, product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the Voice of College Football. See what our partner, Win Agency, has to say about its sponsorship experience with us, which is on the screen. Let's discuss how you also can reach your target market. Contact us at sponsorships@vocfb.com. Again, that is sponsorships at vocfb.com today. We don't just have to do sponsorships on our Ohio State channel. We can get your brand to whatever market needs be. So if you got a business in Florida, might as well check it out. We can do that as well. And also, we got a special message from Mark. Y'all check that out as well.
You can make a difference here at the Voice of College Football. Use the Amazon link. Financially contribute to the Voice of College Football without spending a penny. Same shopping experience. It's easy. Go to any video on any channel. Go to the description section and grab the link right next to the capital letters that say Amazon. Use that link and Amazon will instantaneously convert to your account, settings, history, everything intact, just like whatever link you use right now. No difference. Pay no attention to the product that you see right there. Just go search what you want. Don't forget the Amazon link. Thank you for your support. Sincerely, the Voice of College Football.
Appreciate you, Mark. Thank you for that message. And Rod Farber, I don't even know why you're trying to do that to me right now, man. I ain't about to even entertain you, bruh. I see you in the chat. You showing out. I see you in the chat, bruh. Me and you going to talk about that later. Yeah, we're going to talk about that later. But it is time for our favorite segment during the show, man. And that is the Buckeyes against the world, man. So you have heard about the new deal coming out, the House versus the NCAA, what that settlement is. I know Garrison and Ryan have talked about that on their show. Make sure that you check them out. They are live every, Monday and Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Make sure you check them out. I knew that they did a full breakdown on that as well. We appreciate you guys. But with this new deal, let me know in the chat, do you believe that this new House versus the NCAA, do you believe that this will hurt Ohio State or will it help Ohio State in this new NIL climate? Now you have Ohio State. They're bringing in all of the collectives into one. With Learfield, they're making a group as well. What do you guys think? I want to know what you all think before I start going ahead and giving my spiel. Let me know what you think in the comments about Ohio State and its NIL and what it's doing. Do you think that other schools or a lot of schools will be able to bypass Ohio State with this? Or do you believe that Ohio State is in prime position to continue to do what they're doing in recruiting and in this new NIL market? And I'm going to tell you guys straight off the bat, I think this helps Ohio State. I think you bring in, this is what Ohio State wanted from the beginning. They talked about wanting guardrails, regulations. Everybody is going to have to go through basically a clearinghouse as well. So if it's over $600 or at $600 or more, you're going to have to go through a clearinghouse. And to be honest, I think that this is going to help Ohio State. Now, the issue or things that I am worried about is Title IX, the amount of sports that Ohio State has and how they're going to share that, right? Now, you're talking about just your revenue sports. I think that the Buckeyes can already set it up that as soon as these guys step on campus, they can already be making six figures. You're not going to have 125-man rosters anymore. You're talking about like an 85-man roster, not really walk-ons or anything like that. So that's why Ryan Day has a lot of these guys learning two positions or offensive line. You need to learn tackle and guard. If you're a guard coming in at guard, you're going to have to learn a little bit of tackle. Shout out Donovan Jackson. I mean, I'm just going to call this, the Donnie transition is what this is, man, because that man made himself a lot of money. And I think that this also, kids doing that is going to help them out. Now, recruiting-wise, I've learned that a lot of recruits think that Ohio is filled with nothing but cornfields, and they think that Ohio State is just this big college in the middle of the cornfields. And that is completely false. Ohio State is one of the city of Columbus is one of the top 10 growing cities in the country. And I believe that it's already a top 15 spot or destination in the country when you're talking about market. All of these tech companies are going there, building there. You already have several top companies already there. And you can already see our recruits. They're good with the dealerships. We got several high-end dealerships, owned by famous people. So you're talking about car market, yeah, we're good there. Clothing market, you guys seen JJ Smith modeling clothes, seen Caleb Downs modeling as well. You seen Brandon Ennis, all of these guys. Clothing brand, you got it. Real estate, you seen it with Travion Henderson and what they was doing, flipping houses, getting them together. So, I mean, I believe that Ohio State is still just going to be exactly where it's been, and it is not going to fall off. Also, I just want to say a lot of people have been taking shots at Russ Bjork and talking about, his changes that he is making or the lack of changes that he's making, bro. July ain't even here yet. My man ain't even hit his year yet. He ain't even hit his year. And this man has already started making changes for the better. People are complaining about things in the stadium and all of these changes, talking about, we're getting these luxury seats and stuff before a new scoreboard and everything. BS. Listen and pay attention. The luxury seats and all of this stuff that they're adding in, it ain't coming in this season in 2025. It's coming in 2026. And Russ Bjork already said he's working on a new sound system and new scoreboard. That's all happening in 2026. This man, Russ Bjork, is already doing more in the next 2 years than Gene Smith has done in the past 5. The men's basketball team, they got a new court. And they've been sucking. But he's trying to make a revenue maker. You're complaining about luxury seats that'll bring in another revenue stream. You do know that new revenue stream is not only going to help pay the players, but also help with the changes that you all want and complain about. So I don't understand the complaining. You guys got to stop this. This guy was brought in because he knows how to create money out of nowhere and bring up money, and he knows how to make things change. I seen shout out Mrs. Pettijohn. She spoke on it. She said Texas A&M probably has some of the best facilities, but that's not why my son came here. If it was about facilities, he could have been at Texas A&M. That's not why Riley Pettijohn is here. That's not why a 5-star linebacker is here. It's not why. But Russ Bjork is making it. You guys, if you don't watch my guy Juck on Buck, go watch him. Also, when we do Buckeye Brigade, and you got my guy B. Moses on here, and he's talking about it. The game in Tennessee, they're saying it was one of the best games they have ever attended. The atmosphere was the best atmosphere that they have ever seen. And they've been to plenty of Ohio State games. How many times when it was Gene were you guys complaining? Stop complaining about Russ Bjork. Give him some time, man. Yes, the facilities, as my guy said, is long overdue. It is, but it ain't freaking Russ Bjork's fault. He has to come in. He's also trying to learn the traditions and not mess up the traditions and things like that and make all of these wholesale changes. He's slowly doing it, and he's doing it right. Here's the thing. If you think that Gene Smith didn't know that this revenue sharing was coming down the pipe, you're crazy, because he could have got ahead of this. Now, our AD has to now navigate with losing money and still trying to get you guys the upgrades that you all want. And he's doing it. He's doing it. He's creating other revenue streams that we didn't have before. I don't understand the complaining about it, man. Let's keep going. Let's keep doing it. They need to fix the bathrooms, concession areas at the shoe so bad. I think it's all coming. I just think that everybody needs to show some patience, man. And again, he's having to do this in a new era with revenue sharing. So he's losing money. The revenue that they were bringing in, he's losing that. Yeah. Because wouldn't that be great? That $250 million to go ahead and do it? He's not working with that. But Gene Smith had been working with that the whole time, right? So if y'all want to point fingers, man, get them fingers off my guy Russ Bjork. I'm not allowing it. I'm not taking it. I'm not here for any of it, man. It's I done seen what he was able to do and bring that money in at Texas A&M. So if he was able to do that at Texas A&M, and again, he still has to build relationships. Like I said, he's not even a year in. You're talking about having to build relationships with millionaires and billionaires, bro. That takes time. That's not just I shook your hand, now we're good. No, you have to build a personal relationship with these people to make them want to throw out millions and billions of dollars, bro. Hey, maybe, we can get your name on this and that or whatever. It's a lot of negotiations and things that have to happen. And I believe that Russ Bjork's the man for the job and is going to get it done. Again, while you're here, make sure that you hit that like button. It helps us out. Make sure that more people see us, more people come to the show. If you're on X, hit that retweet button. It costs you nothing. It is free, and we definitely appreciate you as well. And if you are not a member, man, make sure that you join the member club. We got the Block O Club for $2.99. JT wasn't short for $4.99, and we don't give a damn for $9.99. I've been talking to a former Buckeye, plan on getting him interview. And what we're going to do is when we do these interviews, we might just do the interviews just for our members, and then we'll put it out a month after or something. But if you want something exclusive updates right away, $2.99, man. Ain't hurt nobody. I know y'all got that cheddar. Shout out to Doreen. Reposted this on the X app. We see it, man. I appreciate all of the love and all of what you all are doing. I see the Rod Farber said he had that oil money at A&M. Yeah, he got that oil money at A&M, but y'all act like we just broke up here at Ohio State, man. We ain't broke. We are not broke at Ohio State. No, we don't got oil money, but we got money. And I'm just saying that we have not used that money to the best of our abilities. Also, we got a new ISD. So, or we'll be getting a new ISD for the 2026 season. So that will also help us in our branding as well. Think about this. I feel like regardless of CJ Stroud losing the last game of the year, he should have been a Heisman. He should have been a Heisman winner. But I feel like our ISD did not help that. You talk about growing your brand, you go ahead and get some of these guys to get the awards that they are supposed to get. That helps. That helps with your money. That helps with everything. So, I mean, regardless, bro, like we have a lot of companies, not just in Columbus, but you got some up in Cleveland, you got some in Cincinnati, and we just need to go ahead and build on those type of relationships as well. Yep, the Schottensteins got money as well. So the money is there. The money is there. I'm not taking the excuses. I'm not giving nobody any excuses or whatever. Only thing that I'm doing is giving our people time, man. So let's check these comments, see what people were saying before we get out of here. Doreen says she was late, but we still appreciate you. Every state has cornfields. Yeah, but I think it's the negative recruiting why these kids think that. I think that these coaches are telling them Ohio isn't this, Ohio isn't that. Just seeing Terry McLaurin at Jeff Ruby's trying out the stadium cake. Jeff Ruby's is definitely famous. All the recruits love Jeff Ruby's. Even though we didn't get Mateo, Big Dave was raving about Jeff Ruby's, man. I mean, that's my spot, man. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a city, man. You're able to be here in the city. So, and that's the thing. Sometimes the city ain't for everybody. It's just not. I know I got out of the city, out of Cleveland, got somewhere slow pace so I could focus on myself. Said, why do people think Ohio is a poor state? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. I know that there's money in Ohio and people in Ohio, they just don't. Here's one thing that I learned about in the South. Up north, you will have so many millionaires that you won't even know. My little league baseball coach, like, coached me. I did not know that this man was a millionaire. I had no idea. My first season playing for this guy or whatever, I had no idea he was a millionaire. Every time he'd pull up or whatever to the park, he'd be in this little Honda Civic and all this stuff. And it wasn't until after we won the championship that he took us to his house for a celebration. And if anybody know about Bretton-All, Ohio, then you know what I'm talking about, because that's where the 1%ers live in the Cleveland area, man. They live in Bretton-All, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, those houses, the houses got the marble staircases. You can see them from the lake and everything. Just able to, I'm telling you, if you ever been on Lake Erie and you done drove and you done roll past the houses and just see in the back, you'd be like, what in the heck? I know I was mind blown. But I never knew that the guy was a millionaire. Didn't know at all. But he was one of the most humble people. He never was flashy with his money or anything. He was always humble and really cared about people. When I moved down south, everything's a pissing match. Everybody wants to show how much money they got. They want to flash it, and it's about, oh, well, I put this much money in. I did this. I think people up north are a little bit more strategic with how they spend their money, right? And just they're not as flashy. It's not as much of a pissing match. And I'm telling you, man, I done been around some of these rich folks down south. Yes, some millionaires, people who own money, and that's all they talk about. You have conversations with them, and that's all they talk about is money. When I was up north and I got around a couple millionaires and stuff, I did not hear them talk about money. Money was not the subject. The business was not the subject. It just wasn't. And I didn't leave Cleveland until I was 20. So, I mean, I got a chance to be around it. So it just is what it is. I mean, again, in Texas, what do you see? It's flashy, 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 Lambo, Lambo, Lambo at the University of Texas. They got them as you're walking into the building. They got the exotic cars. Once you get on the field, they got the exotic cars. I mean, that's just how it is, man. So a lot of people, they just don't know. Columbus has one of the biggest metropolitan areas. That's why I think that Ohio State is going to be fine. I think that you have I think some of these Southern teams who schools aren't in cities and stuff, I think they're going to possibly have a much harder time than Ohio State. I really do believe that. I'll tell you this, a team that I think is possibly could come up off of this is USC. All the money that's out in LA, I think they could definitely be one of the number one when it comes to NIL and the money and the revenue that they're getting. I think they could definitely be number one. They're working on it. I know Penn State has entered a little private deal or whatever, but I am wondering how that's going to work out, because a lot of people tell me the businesses there, they definitely count on the football season in Happy Valley. Are they going to be able to go out to businesses in Pittsburgh, even though you got a college in Pittsburgh? Are you going to reach out to Philadelphia? I don't know. I find it very interesting on a lot of these teams, and you just thinking about where they're going to be in the future. I'm very interested to see the next 10 years, next 20 years, if the Lord allows me to live that long, man. So I do appreciate all of you all coming, and everybody who liked the video, everybody who retweeted the video. Definitely special shout out to y'all, man. Much love to y'all supporting us. Without y'all, we couldn't be here at all. Again, world famous Buckeye show every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you check it out. I will be out of town next week, but I do plan on bringing you a show. Even if it's 30 minutes, I do plan on bringing you guys a show, especially all the love and the support that you guys give us. And I love doing this. Now, I'm going to let you know, if my daughter performing, we will not be having a show if my daughter is performing at this time. But so far, all of her performances are pretty early, so we're good there. But I promise you, I will not be here if my daughter is performing, man. Hey, I'm a girl dad. I love it, and I'm looking forward to her. She's been practicing really, really hard. And it's just amazing to watch, man. If you got kids, you definitely understand when you're watching your kids practice. And I'll tell you this, because I don't want you all to be this way. And I do want to say this. If your kid's not as good as another kid or whatever, don't hate on that other kid. Matter of fact, try to see what you can do to help your child get better. Your kid has to practice. It's all about the work that they put in. I did not know that I would be dealing with people being jealous of my 6-year-old daughter, or when she entered into this competition, 5-year-old daughter. I did not realize that I'd be dealing with people being jealous this early. I had no idea. My daughter works hard. We have her practice here at home. We set her up with some privates at gymnastics, things like that. I had no idea that people can be so jealous of your kids. And I'll tell you this, why not go and befriend that kid or whatever instead of being jealous? Befriend and say, hey, can my kid work out with you or practice with you or something like that? Try to set up a time, right? There are so many things that you can do as a parent. Put your phone down. Just take that time to practice with your child. I'm telling you, it will go a long way. You want your kid to care about something? Show that you care. Show that you care, because that's the biggest thing. If they feel like you don't care and all you care about is your phone, they're going to slack off. They're not going to push themselves, you know? And I mean, the reason my daughter has the skills, we had her in gymnastics, I want to say since she was maybe 2, almost 3 years old, you know? So she did learn a lot of skills from gymnastics. I want to say she just stopped doing a little bit of the gymnastics when she turned 6. But we still give her privates with a gymnastics coach every now and again and things so that she can still hone in on her skills, man. Don't be those parents that's jealous and starting drama because you jealous of another child, man. It's all about what you pour into these kids. That's really all it is, man. Get them off them iPads, get them off the games, get them off the TV, and put in that work, man. Sorry I went on that long rant, but I felt like it needed to be said, man, because like I said, I never, ever, ever thought that at 6 years old, I'd be dealing with parents who are jealous of my 6 years old and trying to start drama. It's crazy out here. But like I said, I love you all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all take it easy. And again, OH, give me an hour in the chat, y'all.
World famous Ohio State Buckeyes.
We might be in a situation where we have a superstar coach on our hands, kind of like how we did with Brian Hartline.
So right from the jump, make sure they understand they're playing somebody different tonight. They're playing the Buckeyes. They're playing the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Being a Buckeye, there's nothing better, bro.